Lucy Douglas. I'm a family nurse practitioner and I'm founder and CEO of New Beginnings Wellness Center and Spa in Ruston, Louisiana. Did you know that this generation of children is predicted to not outlive their parents? I want you to think about that. Let's let that sink in for a moment. That's pretty sobering. And if that is true, then what would be the root cause of that? Because you know by now, you've listened to some of my videos, I'm that root cause girl. I always say, why? Well, let me read you something. Children exposed to maternal obesity or gestational diabetes during early fetal development have hypothalamic alterations in the glands that govern the whole endocrine system that predict future weight gain. So these are babies in utero exposed to maternal obesity, being overweight, or gestational diabetes. So there is a risk to a baby that is being developed in a mom who's not at a healthy weight. Here's another article. In utero, within the womb, exposure to maternal hyperglycemia or high blood sugar increases childhood cardiometabolic risk in offspring. So these are babies being exposed in the environment of the womb to moms who have high blood sugar. Now, I will say that that's probably speaking to a mom who's been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, or gestational diabetes, but I would present or submit to you that there is probably also a risk category of a blood sugar that might not meet the criteria of gestational diabetes, but that is still too high to be considered an optimum environment. So if I'm saying this to you, if I'm saying that this current generation of kids is predicted to not outlive their parents, and then we have these two very robust studies that appeared in the Diabetes Care Journal, which is the professional journal for diabetes educators and anyone functioning in the diabetes space, those are sobering titles. That's sobering information. So I want to talk to you today about preconception care. And you're saying, what do you mean, Lucy? I'm saying to you that there is actually a purpose in you meeting with me prior to even getting pregnant. That we actually plan for that event. And not just the mother, but the partner, the father, whoever that might be to you. If at all possible, if this is kind of a traditional relationship, mother-father, that both parents meet and we discuss at length family history. What is going on in both families? What about your current state of health? What about any concerns that you have currently, anything that you're dealing with, hypothyroidism, insulin resistance, you have some hormone imbalance, you've been told polycystic ovarian syndrome, and perhaps you're struggling to conceive. Those are things that can be addressed in this individualized, integrative approach where we bring in all different tools to assess the internal environment, to evaluate your foundation, to discuss nutrition, to address any weight concerns, and to create the most optimal environment for conception to occur so that your genetic material and the genetic material of your partner are at the most robust level they can possibly be. So that then the potential for this new little person is that this person will go on to thrive, to be at the top, to be optimal, to be an Einstein, a genius, to be robust physically, to be the athlete, to be the artist, whatever that child's calling is, they will be able to fulfill that destiny. Because way back over here, we had a conversation about how do we go about this? Like, are there things we can do to support the development of this new human and then possibly even predict their health after birth. And so the research is now telling us that that is absolutely possible. So why would we not want to use that to capitalize now on this excellent information and to say, you know what? If I can control that, I'm going to. I'm going to prepare so that when we decide we're ready, then our future baby has the best possible chance. And that's what I do. I'm about using all the tools, all the data that's out there, and putting together an individualized plan for each person that comes through my door or that I get to meet in a virtual setting. And I think this is a new space in this integrative world. I think this is a conversation that we are just beginning to have about preconception care and preparation for that moment of conception, and then promoting the healthy uterine environment for that baby to grow in and to thrive not only during pregnancy, but to thrive outside the womb later. And so that this next generation of children will, as we should expect, outlive the parents, and we then can continue that on in future generations. So it's very concerning to me, especially that some of what I'm reading about this that I mentioned to you about this generation of children. So if you're a mom listening to me right now and you have kids and you're like, Lucy, what about that? What can I do? There are some very specific things you can do as a parent to promote the health and well-being of your children right now. No matter what your habits have been, no matter what's going on at the moment, we know better now, so let's do better. And that's kind of how I look back, on my life as a parent. And now I have a granddaughter. She's 2.5. And so you can bet I am up in that big time, trying to promote my granddaughter's health and well-being and providing, she's on an adult supplement regimen that she can name them all. At 2.5 years old, she asks for her probiotic, and she asks for her elderberry, and she knows her fish oil, and she knows everything. So these are just some things that we are doing to promote her health and well-being now as a toddler, to help her grow and develop and become the person she's supposed to be. And my daughter, she kind of rolls her eyes at me, and she's like, you didn't do this with us. And I said, but I didn't know then what I know now. And so that's why I'm just on fire, basically, to make you aware of these sobering statistics, but also that sobers you and makes you think, but then that it also lights you on fire, and you want to take control then over that process and do what you can to make sure that from here on out, you and your family are at optimal health. And that's where I come in. I come in as a coach, as a person who brings information to you and helps you put together a plan that works for you and your family. But I want you to share this for me. If you might be saying, Lucy, I don't have children yet. I don't think I'm quite ready to have that conversation, but my sister is, or, someone that you love and care for, and you could share this information so that we can strengthen women, empower women to be more knowledgeable about how beautiful our bodies are and how beautifully designed we are, and the whole process of conception and then pregnancy is also amazing and complex, and that we can actually influence that in a very beautiful and positive way. And so I just really hope this has enlightened you today, and that you feel excited about the potential that's within you when you're ready to discuss getting pregnant, and that you would allow me the privilege of working with you in that, and that just the blessing that I have of being able to speak to women and help you feel more beautiful and more powerful and more confident about your body, and then about how you care for it, and then about how you can then transition into caring for future children or the children that you already have. So thank you for this time today, and I look forward to hearing from you. Please leave your comments or your questions, and I will put some of these articles there for you to research for yourself, so you can then make good quality decisions based on on this very excellent information that we now have available to us. I look forward to hearing from you soon.